Hello, I'm Dr. Kirk Nelson, and I'm the Program Director of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program here at Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or as we like to call it, FranU. Today I'm going to share with you just a little bit of information about our program in this brief presentation. This year, we're posting a series of these informational videos so that we can share with you all of the exciting things that are going on at our program. Graduate school, and especially physical therapy school, is difficult. It's very important that you attend a program that is supportive, nurturing, and fits you as an individual. So watch our videos. Come and see us. Come see if FranU is right for you. Situated in the safe and accessible medical district of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, FranU enjoys a rich 100-year history of preparing students to enter the healthcare workforce. The DPT program was developed in 2017 and graduated its first cohort of students in 2021. Our mission, like all physical therapy programs, is to prepare entry-level physical therapy practitioners. Beyond that, though, we are invested in helping students in their formation of becoming skilled, ethical servant leaders who are valued contributors to their community and their profession. What a better place to learn how to be caring, compassionate, and empathetical physical therapists than a Catholic institution founded on these very values and principles. Formerly Our Lady of the Lake College, FranU was founded in 1923, and the School of Nursing is the oldest school of nursing program in Louisiana. Aside from undergraduate nursing degrees, the university has a Master's of Family Nurse Practitioner and a Doctor of Nurse Practitioner in Nurse Anesthesia. The university also has master's programs in Nutritional Science, Physician Assistant, and a Master's of Health Administration. Our students have a unique opportunity to enroll in a dual degree program of the DPT MHA. Once our students graduate as a Doctor of Physical Therapy, they can enroll in the dual degree program and complete out the MHA in less than a year and as little as 12 additional credit hours. We have already had graduates of this degree and have about 14 or so students presently enrolled in the dual degree program. The DPT is housed in the School of Health Professions, which has multiple other health profession programs. We are one of only about 40 PT programs across the nation that have both the Doctor of Physical Therapy and Physical Therapist Assistant programs, which gives our students the ability to learn from, with, and about these differing physical therapy professions. Our students also engage in interprofessional education experiences with students from other academic programs in the School of Health Professions. These programs include professions such as radiology technicians, medical lab scientists, and respiratory therapists. One of the greatest attributes of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program here is its dedicated, qualified, and caring faculty and staff. Our faculty is comprised of 2 basic scientists covering physiology and anatomy and neuroanatomy, as well as 8 licensed physical therapists with over 170 combined years of clinical experience and expertise, with a multitude of certifications including manual therapy, orthopedic clinical specialist, neurologic clinical specialists, sports physical therapists, dry needling certifications, and more. We also have over 14 adjunct faculty members who teach specialty content areas in our curriculum, assist with labs, and facilitate small group learning activities. A recent graduate responded to an anonymous survey stating that the DPT program has the most personable, caring, and passionate professors who genuinely want everyone to succeed in all that they do. They said that the professors are always there to discuss any and everything that a student may be going through or want to discuss. Another graduate mentioned that every teacher put forth 110% and more effort with their classes to ensure that we had everything that we needed to succeed. They listened to our feedback and continued to apply it to the current cohort. They are such positive role models in the profession of physical therapy and want to make sure that they are prepping and educating us to continue to be great physical therapists. And I agree. We have a great group of folks. Just as the students would tell you that one of the best features of our program is our faculty and staff, which I agree with the students there as well. But I would contest that one of the greatest attributes of our program has been our students. We're a relatively new physical therapy program, and all the students have joined us knowing that they may be subjected to a constantly changing environment and landscape as we continue to grow, develop, and improve. But these students have excelled in their academic work, have shined in the clinical setting, have done an amazing job in developing a culture and atmosphere of support, compassion, and fun. And I'm forever indebted to these students for making us such a wonderful place to work and learn. The DPT program is 8 semesters long with 99 semester credit hours, which includes 32 weeks of full-time clinical education. The curriculum is highly integrated such that all coursework is connected and concepts are reinforced through intricate curricular threads throughout the 2.5 years in the program. Case-based learning is utilized heavily throughout the program and is enhanced with our simulated environment teaching hospital, where our students go through at least 20 to 30 simulated learning experiences before going into their full-time clinical rotations. Our students learn in a state-of-the-art, fully equipped physical therapy gym, lab, and classroom space. While enrolled, our students are introduced to all major aspects of physical therapy practice, as well as emerging areas of practice including dry needling, diagnostic ultrasound, virtual reality, and much more. And although our facilities and learning spaces for our students are amazing, we're continuing to grow with the addition of Franciscan Hall, set to open this upcoming spring, with updated and expanded simulation centers and rehab gym, as well as a simulated home environment for our students to practice home assessments and visits for patients. Knowing that anatomy education is one of the most important aspects of the education of physical therapists, this program has spent much time and effort in developing a multimodal approach to anatomy education. Our students learn in the classroom and lab with traditional models, digital dissection using the anatomage tables, and prosection studies using our plastinated cadavers. Now let's talk a little bit about the application process and admissions into our program. We utilize PT-CAS for our application system, and so you'll need to submit an application through the PT-CAS system. Another one of our videos is going to go through all of the different do's and don'ts with this process. We're just going to talk briefly today about the admissions requirements in order to be able to apply. In order to start our program in the fall, you have to have completed a baccalaureate degree prior to the first day of class. You also need to have a minimum overall cumulative GPA of 3.0 and a minimum calculated GPA of 3.0 in the prerequisite coursework. We don't have a minimum requirement on math and science GPA. However, we do take this into consideration when we look at applicants' charts. A few more of our admissions requirements. We do require that in all of those prerequisite courses that you make at least a C. So if you've made a D or an F on any of those required prerequisite courses, you'll have to retake it. On the GRE, we do require the GRE. We require a minimum of 290 combined between the quantitative and verbal sections. And then we require at least a 3.0 on the written analytic portion. We also require 60 hours of observation under a licensed physical therapist. And so there's a place on PT-CAS for you to have those therapists to verify those hours. But you also want, if you've observed under a physical therapist, you need to make sure that they complete the letter of recommendation through the PT-CAS as well. Now, the PT-CAS has a limited number of letters of recommendation you can actually perform. And so if you've used all of your letters of recommendation for your clinicians reporting and scoring you, then you can go on to our website at www.franu.edu/DPT, and there is the form to fill out and send in that you would have the physical therapist fill out the letter of recommendation form and score you. We do use those scores that the clinicians rate you on in our admissions discussions. We're not going to go through each of these. If you have any specific questions of whether or not a course that you are taking would meet the requirement of the prerequisite, for sure reach out to us. At the very end of this presentation will be our contact information. But if you look at this, you've got two general bio and lab courses and one upper level biology or chemistry, where kinesiology coursework is not accepted for this. So it has to be either a bio or chem prefix. We have two general chemistry and labs, anatomy and physiology. Now this can be a combined, so you'd have 6 hours combined anatomy and physiology, physics and lab, both 1 and 2, and then college algebra or higher math, 6 credit hours. We require statistics. This could be in the math or psychological or even potentially business statistics, but we prefer statistics in a math or psych department. You do have general psych and an upper level psych, so either a 200, 2000 level or above psychology course. Then of course your general composition courses, the 2 introductory composition course, and then an upper level English composition course. So this is not to be a literature course or anything like that. It needs to be either technical writing or business writing or something similar to that. That is an actual composition course. With regards to medical terminology, all of these prerequisites will meet most of the requirements of the PT programs in the state and a lot of the PT programs regionally. With medical terminology, I know this is one of the prereqs that traditionally Shreveport or New Orleans LSU programs have not required, but we do require. Our students start in the fall semester with anatomy, physiology, neuroanatomy, foundations of clinical science, a pretty heavy course load of heavy science courses. And so we feel it's important that they have a basic medical terminology understanding prior to starting our program. So we do require that as a prerequisite. If you have taken any of these prerequisites, the math, usually math or written composition, the English comp, as a AP course or as a college credit course from high school, we do allow for that. Oftentimes it does not calculate into your prerequisite GPA though. Great, so we'll look at a few of our important timelines for our regular admissions cycle that is open now. The application deadline is April 15th. Now, realize that this means that your application needs to be verified through PT-CAS by April 15th. PT-CAS will tell you it takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to verify an application. So if you backtrack that, then really you want to be submitting your full application to PT-CAS by March 1st in order to assure that it is completely verified prior to the April 15th deadline. Once we are able to review all of those charts, then we usually have interviews the 2nd or 3rd week of May, and then have selections at that time, and usually notify our students of acceptance, decline, or alternate positions by the end of May. Once an individual receives their acceptance letter, they have 2 weeks to accept the position, and if they do not reply back in that 2 weeks to accept the position and put down their $1,000 deposit, then they will lose that slot, and we will give it to an alternate position at that time frame. There is a $1,000 deposit. This is not a fee. This actually goes towards the first semester's tuition, and so it is a true deposit. And then that semester begins usually the third Monday of August. We usually have orientation in June for half a day, and then in August right before classes start, half a day. We do have an early decision timeline. So if your PT-CAS application is verified by November the 1st, once again, if you look at that, you really need to make sure that it is submitted by mid to late September in order to assure that it is verified by the November 1st deadline. Then we will review those early admissions, early decision charts, and hold interviews, usually the second week of December, and then notify our students for sure by the first week of January, but oftentimes within a few weeks of the interview process. The same thing here. Once an individual is given an acceptance letter, they will have 2 weeks to accept that position and put down a $1,000 deposit to hold their place. Even though it is early decision, this doesn't change the start time. We only matriculate students once a year in August. So the student will have their position, but will not start class until August. As I had mentioned, I was going to show you all of our contact information. If you notice, at the very top is our web page. Find out more information about us. The admissions chairs, Dr. Mary Cantro, Dr. Kelly Rodriguez. I'm the program director, and then you'll see some of the other faculty contact information here as well. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions. And I wanted to thank you for your interest in our program, as well as your interest in the profession of physical therapy. It means a lot to us that you are interested in our profession, and we are eager to see if FranU is the right place for you.